reading of the minutes of the previous meeting. Brother Rich.
Would be great tonight. I'd like to make a motion to suspend those readings of the minutes and accept them as written. Thank you.
A motion was presented on the floor. Needs to be seconded. Motion has been presented and seconded to accept the minutes as written, recorded, and emailed to the council. All those in favor of accepting? Aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion is passed. They will be accepted as written, recorded, and emailed to the council. Thank you, Brother Rich. Good job. All right, our worthy financial secretary, Brother Darrell, would like to give your report, please.
We have 371 members in the council as of today, and let's see, our membership quota for the year is 15. We have 4, so we're at 27% of our membership. And I don't have, if you need a name badge or you ordered one and didn't got one, that name badge is over here, so please see me after the meeting, and if you need your name badge. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Darrell. Treasurer's report, Brother Bruce, so please give your report.
Make it very brief. Our beginning checking account balance for September was $20,161.13. Deposits were $2,560.42. Disbursements were $11,113.52, which included the $9,300 that we dispersed to the 6 pro-life organizations from the baby bottle campaign. And our ending balance was $11,540.03, of which $25.38 is encumbered. The 3 of the 4 pregnancy center ASAP applications have been submitted to Supreme. That's the $400 matching funds that they will provide to the 4 pregnancy centers. I expect to submit the last one probably within this week. I'm waiting for the check to clear because I have to send a copy of the canceled check. I didn't issue the full report yet because the month closed over the weekend. Darryl reviewed the draft of it, but I've got a couple more reconciliations to do, and that report should be out within a couple of days. And that's my report.
Thank you, Brother Bruce. I'd like to call on our worthy district deputy, Brother Corey. Would you please come up and give your report?
Thank you very much.
Brothers, good to see you all. Thank you so much for all of your hard work. Thank you for your presence, and just thank you so much for just your leadership, your overall presence and your overall direction, and how this council operates and how this council unifies together to make a difference. Just, I don't know, it just helps you sleep better at night, knowing that this whole section. Hi, Joe. How are you, brother?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm blessed.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Yes, I normally see you in Napa, but I get to see you here.
I got lost.
Yes, well, I had to have it. Yeah, I got lost and got asked to be district deputy. So be careful what you say yes to. But yeah, no, I just commend you all for being here tonight, and just to come and share how things are going, and to come and share and listen to the reporting on how this council is doing and making a difference. And I just wanted to really start off with that, just because I don't think enough you hear from others how grateful and how appreciative we are for the difference that you do make. So a couple of things that are coming up. October is a month that, one of the months that there's, the Knights of Columbus are membership minded and charitable minded 24/7, but especially in October, we reflect on membership and being able to share this opportunity throughout our families, throughout the parish, throughout our community. And the reason we do so is because this is the month, not only is this the month that contains Columbus Day, but this is also the beatification month for our founder, Blessed Michael J. McGivney. His beatification day was Halloween. October 31st was the day he was beatified. We are still praying for him to be canonized one day. So please keep that in mind when we go to do our membership and our church drive out in the courtyard as part of the All Nights Mass, that we keep in mind that our honoree for that church drive and for the exemplification of the ceremonial will be that of Blessed Father Michael J. McGivney and Christopher Columbus. We're going to be having a rosary rally. The state deputy has asked all councils and all districts to participate in the rosary rally that is happening on October 7th. October 7th is Our Lady of the Rosary for the month of October. But Our Lady of Fatima's request is to pray the rosary daily. But specifically, we're going to focus as an order on October 7th here in the state of Idaho. 2 other days that we're going to be focusing on specifically, I mentioned one of them already, was the beatification day for Blessed McGivney. The other one is Columbus Day, which is the 9th of October, and that'll be coming up this coming Monday. So those are 2 days that to keep in mind. The last thing, I'm sure that Andrew, when he gives his report, I saw him here tonight, when he gives his report tonight, he will talk more about the paternal benefit night that's coming up. That is a requirement of Winning Star Council. It is also the requirement when it comes to winning the Founders Award. So I realize, yes, we don't do those activities to win the award. We do those as an opportunity to share the message about who and what the Knights of Columbus are and how we make a difference. But the next one is going to be on October 17th at 6:30 Mountain Time. It'll be online. It's a webinar. It's very similar to the webinars that happen throughout the rest of the coming from the Fraternal Operations Department. And it'll be put on by Supreme's Chief Investment Officer. Now, please don't get frustrated by his name. His name is Tony Monopoly. Monopolies, but you're going to be talking about that night about aligning your financial decisions with Catholic values. So those are some things I just wanted you to be aware of. So the last thing I want to talk about is as a district, we have been doing 2 fraternal activities to kind of bring some unity to the district. We started off in the month of July by doing the Rosary Hour and the Holy Hour. In August, we kind of talked about some family activities with Family of the Month and focus on the family. In September, we did disaster preparedness, and then we also did the Family of the Month. For this month, October, the two activities that our District 5 is doing together is Helping Hands. And however you want to make that difference, however you feel that you can make a difference with your neighbor. If you don't know, talk to Fred. He will tell you he'll remind you who your neighbor is and how you can make a difference in their life. If you don't have somebody that you think you can help out, but just helping hands within your neighborhood or within your parish. And the second thing is that we're focusing as a district on Codes for Kids. I know that this council, you guys are doing your own Codes for Kids distribution. Risen Christ has one with barrels. NAMPA is doing one with barrels. And my council will be doing a Codes for Kids, sort of a little bit different. We're going to be just trying to take donations within the council and purchasing coats and hopefully getting those on the backs of kids that need them throughout our neighborhood. So those are the announcements I have for tonight. The one thing I did hear about Worthy Grant Night, Worthy Financial Secretary, is that you guys need to file your report for the roundtable report for your roundtable, McCall and Cascade. Send that to the Worthy State Warden, John Thurston. He wanted me to make sure that you guys are doing great with that roundtable. It's probably one of the best in the state. Just make sure you fill out the paperwork so that the state knows that you have someone and who your coordinator is, Christian Warnerberg, and that you are communicating with them. So thank you very much for you.
Thank you. Thank you, Corey. All right, so I'd like to call on Joe James, our Life Committee. Please give your report.
Thank you. We have a lot going on this month. There's a Respect Life conference on the 14th, okay? And that's a big deal. You see the sign up there. And they're having guest speakers from all over. And there's a mass, this is considered a mass 8 o'clock. And I urge everybody to go, at least be part of that, hear part of these speeches, because there's still a war out there. I mean, this abortion battle isn't over. They're getting contested every way they can with the Planned Parenthood path. They're terrible. So as a result, we usually have a prayer at Planned Parenthood. That's been put off this month. So we'll meet next month. It'll be November the 9th for that. And also, the mass at Planned Parenthood, and a lot next to Planned Parenthood. Jerry's got it all set up for his man's going to clear the lot. Now that mass is on that Saturday, the 28th. So maybe we'll see how clean it comes when he goes through. We may need some help, and we'll get a hold of you and let you know if we need some volunteers to come down there and bring a rake and a black garbage bag. And we could rake up whatever remnants are left that it may need cleaning up. But that's it for this month. But there's a lot going on, and I urge you to participate because it's good for us, good for the need of the church.
Thank you, Brother Joe. So that's it's a life retreat. It's going to be a day-long event here on October 14th. We're going to postpone the Divine Mercy and Rosary until the following month. So we encourage you to attend that event here at Holy Apostles. Also, on the same day, October 14th, there's going to be rosaries across America. And they have asked us if we could do one decade and help her set up. I believe, Kyle, you're kind of going to be working on that. Joe's not quite sure if he's going to be here, but if we could get that banner out there and maybe say a decade with them, it'll be during the 2-hour lunch period of the for that retreat, the life retreat. So if you are attending the retreat, head out there, say the rosary, and then go to lunch, or go to lunch and then say the rosary, however it works out. Brother Joe, did you have something to add?
No, I just was going to tell you about the rosary, Fatima rosary. So you said there's one on the 7th and one on the 14th. And so we got a lot of rosaries to say. So
Yeah,
we invite everybody.
the one on the 7th, is that here?
Here, Corey, is that here? Is that rosary on the 7th? Thanks.
The one that for the nights?
Well, that's happening in every parish,
Okay.
is what they're asking.
Yeah.
Okay, all right,
So, yeah, it's happening in all the parishes throughout the state of Idaho.
okay.
They were talking about doing it at the afternoon of Thunder, but that's something there's still.
All right,
Okay.
thank you.
It's supposed to be another thing.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Brother Joe. All right, brings me to the membership committee report. Brother Ray, please give your report.
For the grand night.
Well, this past month, was kind of an off month. I wouldn't say it was a bad month, but it was an off month for us because number one, I was out of town. Another fellow was sick. Our conferring officer had other things going, but it just didn't work out. But never fear, there's always this month. So we have, I guess I could say, several strong candidates on the on deck, and I will first mention the name. It's a new candidate from McCall. His name is Jim Riley, and we hope to get him here or sometime in the future us get up there to make that exemplification. Another name is Carl Hill. He's been threatening to be exemplified for months now. He wants to get his wife. His wife is adamant about attending. Again, you get all these schedules going every which way and things just don't happen. So we're hoping to get him this month on the 19th. It'll be Thursday, the 19th, third Thursday as usual. Let's see who else I got. Kelly Foster, he is a first degree knight transferring from St. Mark's. So we want to get him up to the third degree. And I've gotten some response from him in a day or two ago. So is he here? Oh, great. Okay. Kelly, they're here. And how's this the 19th looking for you? Good. Okay, no pressure. Okay. Let's see who else is. I'm still Ryan Martin for this evening. He's not here. Don't spit my foot in my mouth once again.
From guy going to boot camp, is he?
Yeah.
He did.
His name is Elijah. He's going to naval basic training. He was going to go probably on the 15th, just for time to miss our Mexico vacation. I thought maybe we could even have a ad hoc exemplification for him. He told me yesterday that he came down with COVID and we're going to push his basic training date back a little bit. So hopefully we can get him in on the 19th.
Get him healthy first.
Yes, absolutely. I am totally confused. Not only do we have a Speaker of the House named Kevin McCarthy, but apparently we have two members here in our council with Kevin McCarthy. There's one of both Kevin McCarthy's here. There's one. Any others who would like to play them?
So we do have another candidate, I believe that it's shares the same name with Kevin, so.
Okay. Maybe go by last four or something like that, you know, if we do. But anyway, he's a recent E member. This new Kevin McCarthy is a recent E member. He is a member of Holy Apostles Church, and I just need to hear from him. So I'll just keep trying. If you get a phone call, I apologize. And I think that's it. Well, you know, I'd like to say, it was an off month this past of September. We will have it on the 19th unless Elijah Long says, hey, I need to join today or this week. Can't wait till the 19th, and we'll call on members of the team and see if we can't make that happen. And this also lends credence to the request that we really would like to have more members that could at least stand in as an alternate for our exemplification team. So don't count yourselves out as, it's not my bag. I mean, anybody can do this, literally, guys. All you need is a blue button-down shirt with the emblem on it, a khaki pants, and the ability to read. That's all you have to do. All right, so but really, it's after you perform it a few times, you say to yourself, boy, this is great, because you go over the principles, you listen to them over and over again, and you really feel good about exemplifying new brothers. So to keep that in mind. So anyway, with a great night, that's all I have.
Thank you, Brother Ray. So anybody that wants to join the team, please see Brother Ray tonight and get signed up. We could always take more members to help fill in for those who are sick or unable to make it. So please consider that, joining that team. All right. Committee reports. Brother Fred. Brother Fred. Oh, just in time. Perfect timing.
That's great. So we, in the community committee, had a couple different events, that occurred in September, and hopefully, you were part of them. The first one was, on Saturday, the 16th of September, we, helped out at the St. Ignatius Fall Festival. we wore our Knights shirts and we were recognized. Brother Jace was there and helped out and helped coordinate that, and we got a lot of positive comments from the parishioners. Also, Brother Kyle was there and helping out, and you were recruiting. He was recruiting, so he took full advantage of that, and I don't know the status of that. Maybe you can.
So Ray says.
Well, we'll see what Ray says. Okay, so it's successful in showing. I have one person who come out and says, "I thought your kids graduated." So it's like, no, we're here. We're here, and my kids did graduate from St. Ignatius, but anyway, so it's good that the parishioners saw us there helping out, and that hey, we are supporting the parish. So I thought that was very positive, and we'll look for more opportunities to do so, and hope you can join us. I want to focus most of my report on the Corpus Christi house. We had a barbecue for them. That was the second one this summer. We did it on Thursday, September 21st. And I'd like to express my gratitude for those who helped coordinate that. Brother Tom Sorby, please raise your hand, Brother Tom. Thank you. And also, is Dennis, Brother Dennis? Brother Dennis Coons. So these are our ringleaders on giving burgers and the grill. And we have all sorts of other knights join us there. And I don't know who else that was there, who was here tonight, but if you could stand up, I think you should be worthy of a round of applause for joining and helping our brothers. So we have Steve and Bill. Look at this guy. Thank you guys. We appreciate you can be on it. If you're not around or interested, you can stop and pick any of us to tell you how it went. But it's also taking pictures and video of the event, and it really you can feel the Holy Spirit down there. I said that in May, but it is really a valuable experience to rub shoulders with our less fortunate brothers and sisters in this world to make a difference. One of the things that one of our members said was, well, we fed them today. What about tomorrow? And you know what I was saying is you can feed a man for a day, give him a fish, feed him for a lifetime, you can teach him how to fish. So, we started thinking about that, and one of the things that we're trying to address that, there's obviously a lot of social situations that we can't change, the social fabric, the mental health. If you were down there, you would see that there's a lot of mental health issues. So there's a lot of things that are like trying to empty the ocean with a teaspoon. But we know that there are lots of folks. We have a huge parish. It's very generous. We are looking to try to coordinate some of the folks in our parish who want to help out, including Knights, to give more opportunities for those homeless folks. So we are setting up some meetings with the Corpus Christi boss guy. I don't know, his name is Rick. And so Mike is spearheading along with we have another liaison that we'll introduce who is helping Mike, and this is Greg Asmus. Greg, can you please stand up? Thank you, Greg. Greg has graciously stepped up to help Mike and lead the charge and the opportunities that we have at Corpus Christi House. So thank you, Greg, for doing that. He's taken the banner and running with it very quickly, and I appreciate that. And like I said, we're having meetings going forward to see how we can become more involved. One of the things is the drivers. We have lots of drivers here who are taking down the generous donations to the Corpus Christi House for clothing. And so we are really becoming more involved in that. And thanks to Mike and Margaret added to that team. So we want to show how grateful we are as Knights, and we want to show our appreciation to our parish. So we're working on a video project with Ed Shaw and Nick and Connie. We've given footage, and so we are so that coming. We have two audiences. I think it's going to be one for our nights to show more of, like, if you've never been down there, what it looks like and what our projects and programs are doing, and also one for the parish. More to come on that. But so we have a lot going on. We are looking, if you are interested in driving, we could use your help. We have there's another opportunity that Richard is helping out with. Great. Very maybe use some food transport for Corpus Christi House, and that's St. Vincent Paul, sorry. That is also in the works. Last thing is under our committee is the blood drive, and Brother Joe Condon is going to talk more about that. If so, can bring that on to Brother Joe. Coming on Monday, October 16th. Yes, we have 63 out of 81 potential donor slots. Of course, is very optimistic that we'll get up to our 81. And so this is the last one for this year, that we can become premier partners and recognized through the valley. Those that have been in the blood drives and experienced some of the frustrations that we sometimes have, where our donors are not getting seen right away and they're waiting. I let the Colonel and me come out and I address the issue with the American Red Cross. We're doing our part. They need to do their part, that if they run manpower short, they need to fix it, because we have obligated time and space and personnel to meet the goal. So in any case, we have 2 shifts. It's online for signing up, setting up, and then tearing down. The good part, where most people don't like to come and tear down, is that as the donors get taken care of and that number dwindles, we start putting stuff away. So at the end, it's really not a big deal. So we're all trying to do that. So, and that's my report. Yes.
So when does the setup start?
The setup starts at 9 o'clock. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Joe. All right, blood drive coming up. We'll put that on your calendars and go to our website to sign up to volunteer to help out. Excuse me, go to the Red Cross to sign up to donate blood. All right. All right, brings me to our worthy insurance agent, Brother Andrew Sorley. Please give your report.
Oh, excuse me. So why do we get insurance? It's for protection. You know, what are we protecting? Income, saving, and estate. Why is insurance important to you? I'd encourage you all to take a look at what we've got. You know, my job as a field agent is to meet with our members and make sure that they're adequately protected. It doesn't necessarily make sure you have policies of high performance event. You know, we sit down and take a look at what you have. I recently met with a member and took some calls, go ahead with recommendations for them. And I see the policy is a small policy. I'm thinking like $80 a month. So it's not just like, hey, you got someone else in the place. It's not very real. You know, we take what you got, make sure you have sufficient coverage, whether it's with the mice, our companies, whatever.
Maybe question about the policies. Hey, I got this, my policy says this is what does that mean? Or not a T letter. We can get that out to make sure you know what you have. So, and just make sure you're adequately protected, you're done. So that being said, we're going to sit down together at some point in time. The real obligation is just one hour of the value to invest that and protect your money. And just check it. Myself on it, double check the date and time. But yeah, tournament operates not spelled like the board game, but you pronounce the same. Let me see here. I should have had that pulled up, but apparently I'm not as on the ball as our worthy district deputy. So yeah, October 17th, 7:30 p.m. Central Time, so that's 6:30 our time. And yeah, join us to learn about insurance, investment, insurance solutions that align with your capital values. So that's tournament operates in charge of the all the investments there at home office. And with the investment side, I'm not licensed for that, so you'll have to talk to Trey Shore if you want to do anything with the investments. So, yeah, so shoot around and, sorry about Jens. Where's the granite?
Thank you, Brother Andrew. Anybody that plans on, seeing the webinar on their own, please let me know and then send me the, I think there's a questionnaire at the end. If you could copy me in that email so that I know how many members, and then we could count our members towards fulfilling our goal of star and founders award. Brother Corey.
Really, Grant, do you have the URL to get registered and to send it out to the council?
I saw something from Kevin Turi. I may not have it. If you could.
Okay, I will send you the URL
Yes.
and then you can have that to get registered.
Perfect. Thank you. All right. Report of the fourth degree, Brother Joe Cordona.
I'm here.
Hey.
Stand up. Thank you. I stand up.
Nice shirt.
Because we can. So, my name is Joe Cardona. I'm a brother knight that happens to be a pastor, okay? So, the only thing I'm here faster. That if you become a degree, that you have to buy the expensive regalia and the color cord, but that's not true. What is true is that there are four degrees: charity, unity, fraternity, and patriotism. And this is just like being in school, to where you're not a complete knight. Anybody was talking about that parking lot's there? I'm ready. So you're not a complete knight, a sir knight, until you've had all four lessons. So on the 11th of November, they had an exemplification at St. Paul's. And yes, it's $70. And I've been wanting to sponsor nights before. I want to do it again. And the whole thing is the cost of the $70, you have to remember that they're paying to bring in instructors to put in that program covering costs and what have you. But likewise, you get a dinner with it, you get a social ball drink, you get a pen. And so there's a lot with that $70. And I can just tell you sincerely, it is the best history lesson that you can get about Christianity or what Catholic faith has done in the beginning and the growing of this great nation. So, fourth degree exemplification, 11th November, and right here I have the information sheet that'll tell you everything you need to know about that night. You have to fill out a Form 4, and I have 6 Form 4s in my folder to process. And the best history lesson that you could ever imagine about why you should be proud as being a Catholic. That's what meant. Okay? Huh?
A Catholic in America.
A Catholic in America, that's what. Because they have graduate degrees in other countries about their countries. Philippines, England, Poland, so on and so forth. Yes.
We have no customs about.
Oh, for dinner, well, it's really interesting about that is with the debt appreciation dinner.
So,
So, you get,
the occasion open for the spouse.
not this time, no, I'm sorry. I don't know why they don't, again, when the family's involved, the man's gonna do what the wife says, get out there and work. So, anyway, thank you, well, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Brother Joe. Nice shirt.
Save a lot of time.
Yes. You like that. All right, with that, we're gonna move on to new business. First item of new business is the motion to reimburse Bud Medeiros in the amount of $1,952.06. That motion has been tabled and has actually been withdrawn. At this point, we will have to have a new motion presented, if any. So with that, this will be the fourth discussion on this item. We did it in the first officers meeting, in the last council meeting, and then we had further discussion in our last officers planning meeting. And as of this point, it is no longer a motion. Brother Daryl, just a minute, Tom.
Well, yeah, night. As we discussed at our last officers meeting, planning meeting, we were going to table the motion and then make a new motion for $350, and I stand to make that motion for $350 to reimburse Bud. And that was kind of consensus of our meeting that we had the other night, and that's the recommendation of the officers and everybody who was at the meeting.
All right, so there's a motion presented for $350. Brother Tom, did you have something?
Yeah, just really a point of order. If the motion was made during the meeting, doesn't it have to be withdrawn during the meeting? Can it be withdrawn outside of the meeting?
It was withdrawn at the end of the last meeting, the council meeting. Now that was after the close of the meeting, so point of order, I'd have to call on our either worthy state advocate or our council advocate to find out if that motion that needs to be withdrawn in the meeting, and who can do the withdrawal.
For the grand night.
Yes, our worthy state advocate, Ken Reed.
I believe that the individual came up to you at the end of last meeting, came up to you and said they want to withdraw the motion.
It was the person that made the motion.
So if the person who made the motion came up, wished to withdraw, he's not here at this meeting right here, but he's reporting to you. Joe?
I witnessed that conversation.
So if it would seem to me that he did withdraw, it was seen by the faithful navigator here. And if the council will accept that, I believe that you've got good grounds for saying it's been withdrawn.
All right, so motion is withdrawn. All those who accept that the motion was withdrawn, say aye.
Aye.
All those that do not accept, say nay. All right, so the motion is withdrawn, and the new motion is presented to reimburse Bud from the council funds of $350.
I second that.
And seconded by Bruce. First, Jerry.
Would you put that in context? The 350 that Daryl had mentioned is for the relocation fund. We are not funding the automobile repair.
That is correct. So of the $350, I did have a not an agreement, but a discussion, that was to be brought, to the council. And things got a little bit out of hand, so I'm going to reiterate this. It's our policy here at this council, for any funds to be asked of the council, needs to come to the council in the officers planning meeting or to me directly. Do not go out and pay for anything ahead of time without council approval. Okay. There is a discretionary fund that the Grand Night has, and that is an amount up to $500 per incident. And we have $2,000 in the emergency fund, so I could use that 4 times in a budget year, up to the amount of $500. I knew this when I spoke with Bud at the first discussion planning meeting that we talked about. The discussion was for $350 to help her move. I felt comfortable with that as council, helping a past widow, or a widow of a past grand night, to help her move into a new house. Other things developed after that and after the discussion, which amounted in the total of over $1,900. He decided to get car repairs done, fix her car for her, and paid ahead of time without any discussion at all. So that is the reason why in the last officers planning meeting, we had long, lengthy discussion through everybody that was present, and the officers present at that meeting, that we move forward with the $350 from the council, and then we do a pass the hat during the meeting. So for the pass the hat, I have a jar over there that has a note on it, and it is for reimbursement of Bud Medeiros in the amount over $350. So that's a little over $1,300 basically, that isn't covered by the council so far in this motion. So at this point, is there any other discussion on this motion for $350 for the reimbursement of Bud? Is there any other discussion on this motion for the reimbursement of Bud? For the court?
Oh, for the Grand Night, this is actually directed towards the recorder. The minutes need to reflect that amendment. So, when you ask for, are there any amendments to the minutes? The minutes need to be amended to reflect that motion was withdrawn if it wasn't recorded in the minutes. Okay.
Very well. Thank you, Brother Corey. All right. Is there any other discussion, Brother Fred?
Can you restate or have the motion restated so we know?
Okay, so the current motion and only motion on the floor right now that is to be voted on is for the amount of $350 from the council budget to reimburse Bud Medeiros for the move primarily for the move of Sherry Cusick. And that is the motion and seconded. So $350 from the council budget. Does that answer the question?
It did, and I have another question follow up. Sorry.
Go ahead.
So if you have authorization to make that for 500 or less, you would be able to do this even if we voted down the money.
Yes, that is correct. Yep.
And you already agreed to him as Grand Night to do $350.
I thought it was reasonable.
I'm just saying, why are we voting on this?
We are voting on this because I want all change or exchange of money or anything that the council pays for or comes out of the budget to be very transparent. And I think it's only right to have the council involved in this. I don't like overriding the council or doing something without the council approval. And that's why I asked for the motion for it to be seconded and voted on by the council. So with that, Does that answer that question?
Yeah, I appreciate it.
All right. Any other discussion on this matter? All right, Brother Robert?
So, in the rest of the year, do you see you using the other emergency funds? Or you just want to keep them? My question would be, why keep 50 and it's not 500?
I think 350 was kind of the number that we originally talked about that I thought was okay. I didn't feel anything, but anything over that I thought was quite a bit more. And kind of the way that it went about without being asked until after it was paid for. So it's kind of just a sticky situation, you know. All right. All right. With that, we're going to move to a vote. All those in favor of approving council funds in the amount of $350 to help reimburse Bud Medeiros for the move of Sherry Hughes. All those in favor? Aye. Aye. All those opposed? Okay, motion to reimburse Bud in the amount of $350 for the move of Sherry Houston has been approved unanimously. All right, with that, I'd like to bring up again, there is a pass the hat over here to help. Oh, sorry, Daryl's got it. You would like to take out of your pocket and throw a little bit of cash in there to help try and reimburse Brother Bud. It's totally up to you. It will be around the room or on the table. Please help yourself. All right, Brother Joe, you had a question?
I was just gonna bring up, remind you about this.
Okay, yes, please. Go ahead.
So the title of this form, and thank you for is request for unbudgeted funds. So when there's an emergency or a situation where there's a need for funding from the council and to be the assembly that has not been budgeted, this form exists. And what you would do is, and let's say in this case, the individual would fill this form out, give it to the grand night at the leadership meeting, explaining the importance of why this funding of non-budgeted is required. So on the form, just real quickly, name of the organization to receive funds, or it could be individual, organization contact person, organization address and purpose or use of these funds, and the amount requested. The night requesting the fund, is it a one-time or annual request? How do you propose these funds become available? Additional fundraiser, withdrawal funding from an existing item, so on and so forth. So what this is the process of vetting a request before bringing it to the floor for a vote. So leadership vets the request, and if leadership says this meets the mustard, then it goes through. The value of this form, we had an individual way back when, which was asking for $5,000 to go to an organization that he just fell in love with. I didn't fill this form out. And the fact that we followed this strictly, this format, this protocol, that organization ended up folding. Because when you did the research, there was not a whole lot of substance to the organization that he was proposing the $5,000 to be given to that individual. So this form is available, and this is probably an individual. It could be any of you. You fill it out, and then you go to the next leadership meeting, present it to the grand night, then the grand night presents it to the leadership group, and that's how it gets vetted for approval to come to the council for first information and then coordinated approval or disapproval.
Very good. And these are on the table over there. I usually put them out in the officers planning meeting. And if you don't see them out, come see me. I have plenty. I could get you a copy. Please do not, I repeat, do not go pay for something unless I directly authorize it. And I didn't directly authorize the original 350 or anything after that. I said that we would talk about it and present it. So, and I felt like it was a fair ask. That's pretty much where we were at. Brother Rich?
Or the granite, does that form override your authority to give $500 at your discretion?
No, that is not.
Yeah, keep checking.
So that there is just a application.
That's an
That's
application,
just an application that will still have to come to me
right?
and then present it to the council.
So if the council votes it down, you could override it.
Yes, if it's in the amount under $500
Right.
for one incident. That is correct. Brother Ken.
The bylaws of the order say that you can go. The bylaws of the order say that the grand knight can authorize expenditures up to $500. Now, the council has put a cap on that of $2,000, so that's 4 times, as the grand knight said. That does not mean that if he goes through that, that the council couldn't authorize another $2,000, but that's an example only. But that's what the Constitution, the bylaws of our order, gives the grand knight to do. Thank you, grand knight.
Thank you, worthy state advocate. So those are the laws and the rules. I'm very transparent. I've never, and I would hope that any future grand knight would be the same, to bring everything to the council, regardless of his veto power or whatever. So I don't think we've had a problem with that as far as I've been around, and even as I was deputy grand knight. So just if there's any problem, please come see me. We can discuss it. All right. So let's end that and we'll move on to our all nights mass, October 29th for the top.
All right, brothers, we're doing good on sign up. We currently need another 8 extraordinary ministers. In these positions, guys, we can dual role here. So a lot of us already are dual rolling. We do need one more usher as well. So if you're serving as an EM, we can go ahead and switch over and serve as a usher as well, and vice versa. What we're going to do right now is we're trying to plan a 26th practice. So those of you that have never been an EM, Deacon Shack is going to do a one-time blessing, and we're going to do a training on that day. So when we have our mass, you won't just be thrown in the wolves. It'll be very easy. It's not complicated. So don't be scared to sign up for that. The other thing, so the 26th, it will be the practice and shirts. After today, I'm going to wait till about Thursday. Brother, can you stand up and show them your shirt? This is the shirt the council members are going to be wearing. If you're in the color core, you can wear the color core stuff, but specifically this button up. So please do not go online and buy a different button up. Contact me. We will be placing an order out by Thursday. So if you don't have a shirt, reach out to me. Thank you for that, brother. And that's pretty much it. Anybody, Ray, Joe? We don't, so we're waiting on the 26th, but we're trying to get the 25th, but the deacon that passed away took that day. So the 26th, we're just waiting on Sandra to lock that down, and we'll shoot an email out for all of this information. Tom?
How do you do a dual role? Because ushers have responsibilities during the Eucharist. You can't be Eucharist during the Amber.
Okay, so is my understanding, okay, so then that's correct. So if that rule conflicts, then don't do that. I know we're gonna have a total of 8 ushers. If all 8 of those usher positions are specifically doing something besides greeting, if they're herding the cattle essentially, then don't look for that dual role purpose. Thank you, Tom. Jay?
In the color for doing their normal greeting at the
Yeah.
door.
Joe, you want to speak on color code?
Color for doing.
Would you like to explain color code?
We're doing a normal routine.
Yeah, so the color core will do the greet at the door, which will free up some ushers. With that, usually we get more ushers than we really need to sign up. So color core ushers are gonna be passing the basket, doing a bunch of other stuff too. So with that, outside of greeting, ushers have other duties, but yeah, color core will.
Calico will be performing its normal duties for the procession of the mass. But there's been, as one individual wanted to be a Eucharistic minister. And so with that, they have to relieve their sword and walk up with just a service baldric. They would be positioned at the end of our row that color core would be sitting, so they have easy in, easy out to perform that duty and come back. Again, because with volunteers, number of volunteers, some individuals are having to do double duty.
Yeah, lectors kind of is one of the ones that will have double duties if possible. Brother Jerry, do you have another question or add? Brother Jerry or Rick?
Our certified lady nights, Eucharistic ministers, are trying to fill them all with brother nights.
The intent is to get mostly brother nights, guys. Deacon Shack really is hard hitting this, but this is a council event. And we, Grand Night specifically, we would like to have the wives there also. So whatever roles are going to be left, please, I think we should set a time to notify the council brothers, hey, this is the deadline. If you haven't signed up by then, ask your wives.
Yeah, we do have a deadline of the week before, and then we will have to respond. So, please keep your wives informed. I know that we've had wives do it in the past. As it gets closer, I want to say 2 weeks or so. If you plan on going to the mass and your wife is going to attend, she's an EM, please, encourage her to sign up, to be an EM, but, we definitely won't turn them away.
That is correct.
So if we are short, we were notified that they will have a pools to draw from outside the Knights of Columbus. So Knights and their wives, are perfectly, happy to have them. So absolutely. I know how hard it is to fill that. It always has been in the past. So, but let's keep it all nights if we can. We don't have to draw from the pool. So, yep. Any other questions, Brother Ray?
Yes, I probably should have brought this point up at the previous meeting, the assembly meeting, but there is no one signed up yet to be an altar server. That individual or individuals need to be 4th degree Knights with their uniform. No gloves, no swords, or hats.
The ball, yes, just
Okay.
the ball there. Yep, correct.
So if I won't put anybody on the spot, but if those who have done it before and are intended to do it again, please go ahead and get your name on the sign up sheet so that'll take those stress off those who might be thinking about it. So
Very well. So 4th degree regalia for any of the altar servers, no beret, no sword, and no gloves. I was a little tardy. I plan on signing up, so my name will be on there.
okay. Another thing too, if you are going to be an altar server, you will definitely need training. Deacon Shack will certainly provide that, probably that same training meeting that on the 26th. You might just have to stay with him a little bit longer than say the Eucharistic ministers, but very critical. He runs a tight ship on the altar. I would say that. So
Yeah.
we don't want this haphazard serving. So anyway, just a word to the wise. Okay, thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Ray.
Anyone? Chuck?
Chuck?
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that, we need 18 EMs. So, if you're not an EM, you really should be. But 18 is quite a few. So I encourage all the Knights to, think about this.
Very good. Thank you, Chuck.
There's 9 on each side. There's 4 ciborium and 5 cups. I think, at usual matches on each side. Yeah. What was it?
There's 9 on each side. It's 5 cups. There's 5 cups on either side, so it's 10 cups altogether.
All right, ready, one more thing? All right, is that it, Brother Kyle?
I am good.
All right, with that, I'd like to move on to the next one. We were asked, last week or the week before, by Father Vitalis to do a memorial mass for past knights. So knights, deceased knights, in his council, he'd like to perform a mass for. We are working on that right now. We have a date of November 4th. We have yet to have our first formed meeting. It'll be this week sometime. I want to say probably Thursday. It'll be Thursday sometime. I'll keep everybody in the loop that has been invited to the last one. We actually had to cancel. But Thursday we'll be moving forward to get this mass up and coming. So that will be also, so that's the following week. The week after, it's going to be the Saturday morning mass at 8:45. We do not know who the celebrant is yet. It's still early in the process. So anybody that wants to be on that committee or help out, please see Brother Kyle or myself after this meeting. Okay, that's November 4th for a memorial mass for deceased knights in this council. All right. You have anything to add to that, Kyle?
Yeah, guys, I know we're just coming off the heels of the all nights mass, but that being said, that means you guys already have the shirts. We'd like to keep this a uniform thing as well. We're honoring deceased brethren. This is really important to us. Grand Heights is the first one they've had here.
This is the first one that I'm aware of that our council has had here. And the reason why Father wanted it in November is because it's All Souls. So we're celebrating the deceased in November. So that's why he asked us to do that.
So he took, Father Vitalis took into consideration Saturday when we had our meeting with him for brothers that are working. So if you're already on the roster for the all nights mass, if you have that Saturday available, please just transfer that position over when that sign up sheet comes through. So keep that in mind.
All right. Thank you, brothers. All right. We were also asked by the evangelization retreat to cook and serve their breakfast. It is October. Rick, you know what it is? Is it when is it? 23rd. 21st. Saturday morning, October 21st. We have some members, but again, see me afterwards. Everybody that I sent the email out to, if you could please respond that you will be there. I think I've only had 1 or 2 responses. Everybody that is on that email has already volunteered, raised their hand. So any more volunteers outside of that email, please come see me and we'll add you to that. A little extra help. It usually only takes about 2.5 hours to cook, serve, and clean up and be done. Something that we do twice a year for the retreat. And it's a good thing to do, and it's really not that difficult. So please come see me afterwards if you're not already a volunteer. If you are a volunteer, please respond to the email. Let me know that you'll be there so I know the head count. All right. All right, with that, in the past officers planning meeting, there was discussion on a Knights of Columbus sock hop. Brother Rich, would you like to say something and stand on this?
Well, if the council is looking for a fun event, the community church event,
My thought was having a good old fashioned doo-wop stock hop, right? With canned music, no live band, no expense for a band. Everything will be
remastered records, or it'll come out of a phone like this into a player. You play the great hits of the 55, probably the 65. Maybe you throw in a little, Dean Martin, somewhere along the line, a little Patsy Cline, maybe a cowboy song or two, for the Western dancers. It would probably be maybe 3 hours, 7 to 10, 7 to 11 on a Saturday evening. I'm thinking, $15 a person, 25 for a couple. You serve beer and wine only and just have snacks on the tables. There wouldn't be no dinner attached to this. So it wouldn't be a big expense to the council for whatever you'd have to lay out for beer and wine and for the snacks. You don't have to pay anything for the music because, there's always a way some genius here would know how to get all these songs loaded on a computer. I know how to do it. I've got about 150 solid gold records. There's a player and you just put the phone into the player and you bring it up and you hit it and it'll play it. Whether you could get it to play through the system is anybody's guess. Anyway, I'm not looking to be the leader of the band. I'm gonna lead it with that. I'm not real good at those things, but I'm good at making suggestions. I don't know if it's something that also would entertain, maybe put the committee together and say, yes, we can do this. Can we make money? I don't know. You're dealing with the music out of the 50s and 60s. You're talking baby boomers, people like me. Would they go for something like that? I think the younger people to a certain degree, and that the question was raised about this being a family event. No, this would not be a family event. That's the way I see it. This is adults only, 18 or maybe 21 plus. You don't want kids, no offense, offense to children. You don't want kids running around, yelling, screaming, doing things that, this is just an adult event to have a good time. So I just leave it with council, whether they want to do something like this. If we think we can put it on, make a couple of bucks, and everybody have a good time.
Okay, thank you, Brother Rich. So I brought this up tonight, not to discuss it too much, but to see a show of hands of how many people would be interested in helping out or leading this event. And Brother Rich, if all those who have their hands up, who wants to be a part of this, Brother Rich, if you could get a pen and paper, go around and maybe have them sign their name to that, that would be great. Anybody that would like to lead it, we could have an interim leader for now. If Brother Rich could do that, and can we pass it off to another lead?
And a show of hands, how many people would like to participate in this if we did it? If they think it's a good idea. Oh, that's a different story. Okay, thank you.
All right, so Brother Rich will have the list. Please sign up if you'd like to volunteer. We'll form a committee and move forward in planning this event. Brother Steve, did you have a question?
Oh, I just had a comment. I wonder if it's Wednesday a Wurlitzer that could play all the songs and then have a quarter in. Because they money off the quarters.
Can we put you on the committee? All right, we'll put you on the committee for ideas. We got a lot of great idea guys here.
I've done it before.
All right, so with that, the list is going around. Please sign up, and we'll get that going and get a plan.
I'm more than happy to lead that.
All right, Brother Ken is the leader. Thank you. All right, I can't wait to do that. All right, I have one thing, actually two things that were not on the docket, but I needed to bring up. I was asked by returning Catholics, they have returning Catholics every Monday, starting, I believe tonight. And they have asked us to do a 15-minute segment for them on October 23rd. We go in and talk about who we are as Knights, what we do, and how we are involved in this parish. Is there anybody here that is a good speaker, would like to hype up the Knights and talk for 15 minutes in front of the returning Catholics? Anybody? Brother Ray? All right, I'll put you down. I'll email you the information. Thank you, Brother Ray. All right. The last thing is bingo night, October 6th. Brother Tom, do you have anything to say about that?
I do. It's actually on my new business agenda.
Oh, well, there you go.
I want to thank you to the brother Knights that are involved. Bruce takes care of taking tickets at the kitchen. Steve will be running the kitchen this Friday. Gene Sievert normally runs the bar. I received a phone call from him today. Please keep him in your prayers. He has significant leg pain. He can hardly walk and stand anymore. So in his replacement, John Barron has agreed to take over the bar duties, but I would like one assistant to help John Friday night. You'll take care of it? All right, thank you very much. Thank you for your involvement.
Yes, anything else?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
I ran into a conflict at the Corpus Christi event on our website. So I'd like some clarification on which website, because I went to the internet. Both websites came up when I printed off the sign-up sheet, so I knew who was going to be there and what duties. I had somebody that signed up on the new website. Dave, do we have two websites that people go do a search in order to clarify for us where people should be signing up on the website?
We have two live websites, but the current one, the old one, is still the official one. So if you go there to sign up, that's where people should be looking for volunteers that are signing up for the different events. Brother Joe and I don't know if Steve is involved, also we're working to get the new one up and running. And once we do that, then we'll make some sort of a proclamation or announcement or whatever. But it is live because we're working on it. We're trying to move a lot of stuff over to it. And we're trying to keep it sort of in sync so that when we do say to everyone, this is our new website, start using it, that it'll be, have as much information as we want to bring forth from the old one. That process is not complete yet. So we do have a sign up sheet on the new one, but I would suggest not looking at that one for your volunteers yet.
Yeah, please go to the old website. The new one is being refined as we speak. Brother Joe Dunn, for all of those that you don't know, is putting together our new website with the help of Dave and Steve and others to get our, everything transferred over to the new one. So he's working on putting it together. And if you do a search engine, you may have both of them come up. Please go to our old one if you plan on signing up. I will send out an email letting everybody know when the new one is up and running, and we'll go from there. So, Brother Gene,
How do you know which is the old and which is the new?
you'll
I've
be,
been to the site many
Okay,
times, so I'm not familiar with it. I've been to it. I just don't know that I would know the
So
old from the new.
the old site, if anybody has an ink pen, it'll be Meridian Knights. Is it Meridian Knights?
Nice and Columbus.
Meridian Knights of Columbus. Of Columbus.
Which site is it that you get to through the Holy Apostles site? What's the link? Is that taking us to one?
That should be this one, yes. We never gave them the new one, so.
Okay. Thank
Yeah, if you go through Holy Apostles.
you.
Now, this is what the old site's gonna look like. If it doesn't look like this, then it's the new site. It is completely different. So, and you'll be able to go down, go to volunteers and pick out.
That's the new one.
So on that site, how do you sign up? Because I've tried to sign up for multiple things for 2 months now, and I can't.
Have you done it on your phone?
I've done it on my phone, I've done it on my laptop, I've done it on my home PC, and I can show up.
3 of them don't.
And I don't know how my hours are getting tallied because there's no sign up sheets, I'm not on there. So all my work is just going bye-bye.
Well, it's not going bye-bye. I send out at the end of the year, I send out a volunteer sheet that I ask everybody to fill out and resubmit to me.
Okay.
And they'll put down all their hours and then I'll tally those and turn them in. So, your hours will not go unwarranted if you fill out that at the end of the year. So, please look for that. I know I don't get a lot of them back, maybe 30, something like that. So anybody, if you see that come across, please fill it out and send it back to me. Again, that'll be at the end of the year. So, work with,
Wouldn't that be something on the new website that you're capturing all those hours?
it's an option. It's just something that we can do, I think.
But you don't really capture hours. You're really signing up to help at something. And then there's always a sign up at the event where you sign in at a certain time, out at a certain time. And that's where the volunteer hours are tallied. So volunteer hours are not tallied off of this sign up.
Yeah, it's not.
It's just, this just lets the event coordinator know
Who's
how many people are coming. Yeah. So that they know they're going to have enough people to do the event. And then if you're at a breakfast or if you're at bingo this Friday, there will be a sheet there and then you sign up. And like I say, you sign in when you get there, put time when you leave, and then whoever that event coordinator is, they tally that up and then send that off to,
Yeah, they'll send it out to me and then I'll tally them up and I kind of cross compare, but when I do send it out at the end of the year, please put in all your hours. And then, if it's pancake breakfast or something like that, and I got the sheet on it, I'll be able to reference that. So, all right, brother John, did you have something?
You answered it. Thank you.
Oh, sorry. All right. All right, any other questions? All right, with that. All right, we're gonna move on to the good of the order. I wanted to let everybody know that on October 18th, 19th, and 20th, Salt and Light Radio is doing their semi-annual pledge drive. It's their fall pledge drive. Every 6 months, I ask you guys to donate to Salt and Light. And as you do donate to Salt and Light, or your families do, or whatever, let them know that you are a part of our council. Council 11548 Holy Spirit Council. Right? And excuse me, what that does is the councils in this area all participate to get the beer stein. The beer stein is a trophy that is awarded to the council that donates the most. Okay? And it's not per se the council, it's personal donations from council members to Salt and Light. So as you donate personally to Salt and Light, let them know what council you're with and they'll tally that up and it'll go towards the award of the beer stein. We've won this twice. My first year we won it, I believe in the spring, and then we just won it this last time in the spring. So it's sitting back here in our nice room and we've had it and we're going to have to give it up here in the next week. So please, that's October 18th through the 20th. You could donate at any time. Let them know you're with this council and let's get that beer stein back. All right. Anything else for the good of the order? Oh, I'm sorry, Rich, go ahead.
I just wanted to mention to the new members, last year, if I'm correct, we donated $14,000.
I don't know the
I
exact
believe that
number.
was
I
the
believe,
amount that we won with. $14,000, if I'm correct.
Yeah, pretty close. Where the red light is, the brothers may or may not know why in the city of Idaho,
Representative Salt Lake Radio. And I can tell you that the other councils are lining up right now to knock us off our pedestal. And last year it was kind of funny because they were calling up for status reports every half hour. We jump ahead, they jump ahead, we jump ahead, they jump ahead. And I expect more of the same this year.
All right, so keep that in mind. I'd like to keep that beer stein here, guys. It's a great trophy to have, and that's something to be proud of, that we put something towards that good of a cause personally. All right, for the good of the order, Brother Steve.
So just last May, my father passed away, and he had more statues, crucifixes, pictures, and other things than our family had room for. So I brought a few things here at the end of this table, and I wanted to share those with this group. So after the meeting, take a look. If there's something here that you'd like to take home, please do. I would rather have that in service rather than in storage at my house. So please help yourself to anything on the end of this table. Thank you.
All right, no fights, okay? All right, Brother Bruce.
Yeah, I would just like to ask for your prayers for my wife and I. On the 23rd of October, I'm flying to the Bengal Clinic in Minnesota. I have a tumor on my pancreas. It's not cancerous, but it's reached a size that it can start creating serious problems for me. And I may be facing the Whipple procedure, which is a pretty complex surgery. So I have a week of tests back there, and then I meet with a surgeon for, this is actually a second opinion. And I just ask for your prayers. A miraculous healing would be wonderful if that's God's will. But in any event, the prayers would really be appreciated by both my wife and I. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Bruce. Brother Chuck?
They always said it.
Famous last words.
I don't know if you Knights know that we have Knights Adoration. We have two teams. And if you would join our team, you would only have adoration for 1 hour every fifth week. 1 hour every fifth week. We're incredibly fortunate to have perpetual adoration over here at our church. Not many churches have this opportunity. But I'd like to ask Brother Dave Tatro to see, he's in charge of the adoration throughout the 24/7 deal. I'm only in charge of the night's adoration. So if you're interested in night's adoration, you have adoration 1 hour Sunday from either 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 a.m. This is for the real men. So you can get up at that hour. We would certainly appreciate it.
Thank you, Chuck. Again, my name is Dave Tatro, and I recently took over lead of the Eucharistic Adoration Ministry here at Holy Apostles. And so I want to thank all of you who are current adorers. The ministry obviously doesn't work without your support. One thing you may not be aware of all of our holy hours is perpetual adoration, which means the Blessed Sacrament is exposed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The 1 out of every 3 holy hours has only one adorer. So what that means is there's a lot of adorers out there that need a partner. And so while I applaud those who support the nighttime holy hours, because that takes a very unique individual, and those are tremendous graces for those of you who do support those middle of the night hours. It's incredible. But having said that, if you work during the day and you're just not a night owl type of person, there are a lot of opportunities to participate in Eucharistic adoration. And those adorers who are by themselves, they would love to have a partner. It takes so much pressure off of it because you can go on vacations, you can work, go to meetings, whatever it is, you reach out to your partner, the hour's covered, easy peasy. So anyway, my name's in the bulletin on a pretty regular basis, just text or call me, and I'm happy to talk you through the program and any of our opportunities as far as different hours available.
Excellent. Thank you, Dave. All right, for the good of the order, from. Okay, go ahead.
I just want to thank all of my brothers for your prayers for my wife Julie. Julie was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer about a month ago. And she just started her chemo treatments and so far she's doing well. So I did give Brother Dave a half dozen photos that I was going to share, but they're kind of late, so maybe do it next meeting. My wife and I were back east and excuse me, we made a side trip down to New Haven, Connecticut. And out of the blue, I called the parish and got connected to a priest there, and he anointed my wife. In the presence of a first-class relic of Blessed Michael McGivney. So that was a pretty spiritual moment for us. If you got a minute, I can capture it.
Absolutely.
Start from the bottom one.
I'll start from the bottom.
We made this appointment kind of out of the blue. I called the parish office and got referred to the priest there, and he agreed to meet with us on Saturday afternoon. So this was the front of St. Mary's Church, and there's an icon over the left-hand door there that I zoomed in on. You may have seen this on the cover of Columbia Magazine when the beatification ceremony for Blessed Michael McGivney. And the next picture is a picture of the sanctuary. The church was completely renovated several years ago, and it's just a beautiful church inside. This is my wife with Father Joseph McNeil, and to me there's a slight resemblance of young Father Michael McGivney there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Standing with the first-class relic of Blessed Michael McGivney. This is Blessed Michael McGivney's tomb, right in the back of the church on St. Joseph's side. We prayed there, and it was quite an experience. And while we were looking around after he anointed my wife, we were the only two in the church. We spent about an hour in the church, and I noticed on the side of the pews there were these little placards. This one commemorates the founding of the Knights of Columbus in the basement of St. Mary's Church in 1881. And we started looking around, and these placards on just about every pew, and we found this one commemorating the Idaho State Council, instituted in 1908. So just wanted to share that experience with you.
Brother Edward.
I asking prayers for my family as we recover from the recent loss of a daughter of cancer last month. She was 40 years old and the mother of two, Katie Rhodes.
Brother James.
Yes, I asked for prayers for my sister-in-law who passed away last night for the repose of her soul. Thank you.
Let's pray for Gene Seaver. And this is a big thank you for your prayers for my major surgery that I had last month. It was very successful and the recovery was not as difficult as it could have been. So thank you for your prayers.
Yeah, this probably should come under new business about for sure, but I got a request from Sheila Killian. She's with the Legion of Merit last week. And the Legion of Merit is looking for 5 gentlemen, knights preferred, to help out with the Our Lady of the Fatima Mass, October 13th, this Friday. I'd be first to volunteer, but I'm going to be out of the country for about 3 weeks, and I'm missing a lot of the things that everybody's volunteering for. I talked to Shaq, I did get Shaq about that. He said that we need 5 preferred, 4 could do it. There's the Blessed Mother needs to be processed into the church that evening and then processed out after Mass. Mass starts at 7 o'clock. Deacon Shack would like the 5 knights to be there at 6:30. And just a show of hands, is there any interest, anybody volunteer for that? Okay, see me after the meeting and I'll put your name down and I'll give it to Sheila. Thank you.
Brother Jerry?
I'd just like to remind my fellow brothers that healing service here at Holy Apostles, the first and third Wednesday is an enormous ministry. Shaq is that ministry now. I took over from Ralph about 3 years ago. I've been going 12 years. And, when I was diagnosed with my prostate cancer, they said, "Oh, let's just wait and give it another year." And I said, "No, let's take the test." That open heart surgery, go ahead. I'm fine with taking a prostate test. And I had 9s and 10s on the cancer scale. And at my 10-year anniversary, the surgeon, Todd Waldman, said, "You really should have been dead. I'm here, and I get so much grace from having those people pray over me. So if you have any illness or anything's bothering you, that ministry that Shaq does and those people that pray over you just do a great job. So you come in, you have the readings, you have communion, and then they individually pray over you and your illness. So I welcome anybody to join that group."
All right, I've got one. Just a quick announcement. I mentioned in the assembly meeting, but I'm going to mention it again real quick. We have a dual parish operation starting up. It's called the VA Catholic Ministry. So for those of you that are still looking for another calling, what we're doing is we're going to be taking communion down to the veterans that can't receive communion in the parishes. So we do have some parishioners from Holy Apostles already doing this in conjunction with St. John's. This is a St. John's territory, but Father Rosario has opened it up to whoever is willing to receive that calling and accept that calling. There's a paper floating around the tables. Some may have already taken it. If you want to contact me, it's vacatholicministry@gmail.com. We're going to have training on October 28th at 9:45 after morning mass. It'll be on a Saturday. So if any of you has received that and you want to serve on that, go ahead and contact me. That's all. All right. So with that, I'm going to please ask that we all stand or kneel. Brother Kyle or Worthy Chancellor, would you please lead us from closing prayer? In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with you. Glory be to the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Blessed Father, forgive me. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
With that, I call this meeting adjourned. Yeah. Make sure